Hello fellow Nopheads and beat people. I'm George, the Gentleman Rocker, and welcome to the third episode of Modular Monday. Join me on my adventures into the modular world, with all its side quests like new gear, something to DIY, and of course some jamming on my setup. Basically all this and even more I might not even think about right now. In this episode of Modular Monday, we'll take a first look at the Rackbrute 6U and my first two Eurorack modules. And besides that, I've put my IRA EFX modules back into my C64 case, but without the surrounding wood, as I have something other planned for that. But this is about the Rackbrute, and this is a first look. The Rackbrute comes in a big and sturdy box. It has 2 rows for your modules and it brings its own power supply, which is able to power 1600 mA on the 12 volts and 900 milliamps on the 5 volt. The Rackbrute comes with the Arturia link system and a handle and all the tools and screws you need to add that to your rack. The power module takes up 5 HP of the upper row, but you'll get 171 HP of the 2 rows, which should be good for a start. The rows are both 84 HP wide, so they are the same width as my IKEA hack rack. What I really like is a power rail, which has connectors for the upper modules and the lower row on one big long strip of PCB. If you don't fill up your whole system, you might at least cover the upper row and have it not open to touches. As I said, I opted for the Minibrute 2S to be added to the system, which hopefully arrives here in the next week or so, but you could add another 6U or 3U case to that too. Or of course the Minibrute 2 with the keys. I don't know if you can get the cases without the link system handle though, as Thomann only has the version with handles available. Speaking of the handle needs to be built by you, but is nothing more than adding the grip to the sides and screwing it together. A regular Phillips screwdriver does the trick. Just add the silver screws to the grip, the black ones are for the modules. For adding the link system handle to the case, you just add flat washers on each side of the screws with a spring-loaded washer in between. The link system grips the case hard and holds it tight. And just take a look how big and monstrous my IKEA hack rack looks beside that. So of course after setting up the Rackbrute I had to add my own modules to it. Yeah, and besides the initial oh my god I could destroy everything with plugging in the power the wrong way, it was really easy. The plugs are marked with a red line and they even have a notch to indent how to put the plug in. So basically you can't really get it wrong, at least with the 2 modules I added. Because there might be power plugs without the notch, which of course could be put in the wrong way. And yeah, basically if you DIY your stuff, you can solder them the wrong way or yeah, get a plug without the notch. Before I added the modules, I had to rearrange the link handles a bit though. I needed to put the Rackbrute flat on the table, which, due to its rubber on the back, is no problem at all. I mounted the handle in its closed position for that. I first added the Malekko Varigate 4+, a 4-gate, 4CV or 2-gate and 2CV sequencer with scales and probability and stuff like that. My idea is that I can use that for drums in its 4-gate setup or melodic stuff in its 2CV 2-gate setup. I took a look at the manual just to be sure about the power connectors, but it was easy as I said. I just screwed the module in using its own screws as they are silver like the module. I connected the module in the lower row, added the power module and tested it. And we have running blinking lights, so everything seems to work fine. Power off, next module. The Mutable Instruments Plaits was the same easy mount as the Varigate. It had no screws, but the Varigate had 4 spare ones, so I could use them. I added the module next to the power to have it nearer to the Varigate plugs, but I might move it when I later add my hardest DIY. Tested that also, and it worked out fine too. So everything is awesome. Everything worked out fine. Was really easy, no problems at all. And I have a working system. I couldn't record my first sounds out of the system, which would have been nice. But yeah, I didn't have the connector for my smartphone to connect to the Roland Go mixer to record the audio from the mixer. So I just had to play around, getting to know the modules a little bit, which is not even a little bit done. I just scratched the surface basically of it, but I may have the power to produce some sounds out of it. One thing I did is I changed my demora a little bit, and now it's a 4-part mixer, so I can insert 4 audio sources into the demora and have it mixed through the delay, but I don't have to use the delay. I can, of course, put it down completely and just let it run through, but I have a 4-part mixer, which is really nice. So basically what we'll do now is I will go over, set up my stuff that is right now filming here, over there, and yeah, just record some jamming. And basically I will play with all the engines of the Mutable Instruments Plaits, and yeah, just jump through it, play a little bit with it. I will not do anything that is explaining the setup. I will just go through the engines and show off what it can do. And I will, when I know it a little bit more, do a hands-on with the modules on this channel. If you want to know more about the modules and see a hands-on on the modules, subscribe to the channel. And yeah, we have 1 new subscriber, as you can see, it's written down there, which, thank you, all 127 of you. And yeah, if you think this could be interesting for someone, please share this video, like, subscribe, and now let's go off and do some jamming. let's talk about next week. So next week is a little bit wonky because I don't really know if I will get the mini brute. If I get the mini brute, we will do, of course, an episode about that. If not, I want to work a little bit on my IRA EFX modules. And yeah, I want to use the customizer to make some basic sound modules out of them in addition to what they are. So what I will try to do is add kick, snare and hi-hat generators into it so I can play them as my drums. And besides that, I have some ideas I want to try out with the customizer and show off a little bit what it can do. Yeah, and that will be the next episode or the one after that. Whatever it will be, I hope I see you in the next episode. Bye.